Hello everybody and welcome back. Thank you for joining me once again. We're still on the 2001 Gauss paper for grade 7 level students. We're on to question number 4, so let's just cut all the chit chat and take a look at question number 4. Hopefully you've had a chance to try this. What do we have here? Question number 4. When the number 16 is doubled and the answer is then halved, the result is, okay. So it seems like a straightforward calculation. The thing that they've done is they've actually shifted the problem solving or the calculation to these answers right here. So we have to actually figure out what each of these answers is. But before we do anything, let's actually figure out what number we're talking about. So we take the number 16 and we double it, and then we have it. Okay, so 16 doubled is 2 times 16. And when you work that out on your calculator, you get 32. And then when we have, we get 1/2 of 32. And when you work that out on your calculator, it's 16. I mean, you didn't have to go through these steps. Doubled and halved are opposites. They're going to cancel each other out. When you multiply something by 2 and then you divide it by 2, it's basically you just got the same number again. So the real question is, what do the answers mean? Okay. So I think we have A, 2 to the 1, B, 2 squared, C, 2 cubed, D is 2 to the 4th, and E is 2 to the power 5. So powers of 2. You could probably do this question really quickly if you like computers, because powers of 2 are very important when you talk about computers. And so the computer enthusiasts out there will probably know what each of these is just by reading them. I've been doing math for a while, so I know just by looking at it, 2 to the power 5, that's going to be 32. But I don't expect you to know that by now. Some of you might, in which case congratulations. Some of you might not. Don't feel discouraged. Sorry, this last one is 2 to the power 8. My mistake. That should be 256, just by looking at it. Again, not that important, but it's something that you might eventually be able to do if you really immerse yourself in mathematics and computers and physics and the sciences. Anyway, what we need to do is we need to actually work out what each of these potential answers is. We know what we're looking for. We're looking for 16, but which of these answers is 16? All right. Well, the best thing to do, if you're unsure, if you don't just know what these exponents are, these powers of 2 are, just by looking at them, there's 2 ways we can go about doing them. The first way, we grab ourselves our calculator. Okay? Most calculators, not all, but most calculators, have a handy little button. It sort of looks like X and a little Y, so X to the power Y. Or in the case of this one, it looks like a little sort of hat. It's called a caret. And it also stands for exponentiation. I'll show you what to do if you don't have a calculator that has this button in a moment. But what I would do is I would just say, okay, 2, and then I'd press my to the power of button, 2 to the power of 1, and I'd hit equals, and I would get that the answer is 2. For the next one, I would say 2 to the power of 2, and I hit equals, and I get, oh, that's 4. So using our calculator and the exponent button, that's one way to do it. And so there we have figured out the first 2 answers. 2 to the power of 1, our calculator says that's 2. Well, that's not 16, so we need to keep going and looking for our answer. 2 squared, well, that's 4. Okay, now suppose you don't have the calculator. Well, you have to remember what this means. A to the B is just A times A times A, B times. There's B copies of A multiplied together. So 2 to the power of 3 is 2 times 2 times 2. 3 copies of 2. The little number tells you how many copies of the big number, 2. And this, we can definitely work out. All calculators everywhere have a multiplication sign. 2 times 2, we can get as 4 times 2, 8. Okay, now that's still not the number we're looking for. We're looking for 16. So let's try 2 to the 4. Well, what does that mean? 2 to the 4, how many copies of 2? 4 copies of 2. So 2 times 2 times 2, all multiplied together. And we work that out at 16, so our answer is going to be D. And just for fun, let's do 2 to the 8, just to make sure. Well, that would be 2 copies of 8 multiplied together. And this might be a little harder to keep track of on your calculator. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But you can work it out, and it's 256. Okay? So that's how we would do it. If we have a calculator that has an exponent button, this would probably be a lot quicker. If we don't, that's okay. We just need to remember what exponents mean. And by grade 7, we should have seen exponents. And again, if you're really into math, if you know your powers of 2, your powers of 3, then this would be very quick for you. But either way, that's question number 4. So we're almost halfway through part A. Join me in the next video as we take a look at question number 5.